Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavivhritam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. Your stories, which is like nectar, is the very life force for the living beings burning in the fire of the world. It destroys sins. Mere listening to your exploits brings about the well-being of the living beings. That is why those who know the truth have described your exploits to be the greatest. Those on earth who seeing the glories of your exploits have certainly done a lot of charity in their previous births. It is owing to the result of that meritorious action that they have developed taste for singing the glories of your sports. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening. Nice to meet you. I am very happy to be present with the nectar-like words of our Master, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And we have been reading the third visit of M, recorder of the Gospel, Mahendranath Gupta. He was just going to Sri Ramakrishna in the beginning, talking a little, arguing, asking some questions. Now he has developed a little bit of bhakti, devotion. So a little humility has come. So now he was asking many questions about our life, how to see God, and also feeling when going back home, and, there is no joy actually at home in the family life. Mind is being pulled to that great man whose words are so sweet. The man himself is also so loving. And the place also, wonderful place, wonderful man and wonderful teachings. I have been on university blue, always having first, second, third ranks and stipends in the university, Calcutta University, very famous in those days. And I have read so many things, but still this man, apparently illiterate, from where he is telling all these stories, all these things, it is amazing. So he was getting drawn to Sri Ramakrishna, intellectually also and spiritually also. And a kind of devotion also is growing. So one day he came, it was 3rd March, it was March 1882, third visit. So, and Master with other devotees sitting there, M, recorder of the Gospel, was a little bit shy, although he was headmaster of 2 schools simultaneously in Calcutta itself, the capital of the whole of the British colonial empire in those days. And others also asking something, and Master singing this, that, going on. Now Master started, Narendra was sitting among the devotees. The Master started pointing to Narendra. You all see this boy, he behaves that way here. A naughty boy seems very gentle when with his father. Means in front of Sri Ramakrishna, calm and quiet. But when he goes with his friends, oh God. And then he was telling, they are not bound by anything. Praising Narendra. You see, you want to see the people in this world who live in this world not for themselves, but for others, for the good of the humanity. And because he was talking a little while ago about the four types of people. Men may be divided into four classes: bound, ever free, and then seekers of liberation, liberated. So these are the different ranks according to their inner tendencies, performance, their mental condition, mental purity, mental state elevation. People can be divided. Some are very bound, they don't think of God, and some are ever free. Now his look fell on, eyes fell on Narendranath and said, you see, this is in these boys, they come to the world only to teach others. They are never entangled in the world. Outside you may think he is also like an ordinary other boys, playing, jumping, naughty, in front of the seniors, very calm and quiet. It is not that. Outwardly you may think of that, but actually these are ever free. When they grow a little older, they feel the awakening of their inner consciousness and they go directly towards God. They come to the world only to teach others. They never care for anything of the world. They are never attached to this lust and gold. So that was Master going on, talking about Narendranath, giving the example of the ever free. Ever free people, he said, you see that Narada, a little while before he said ever free means Narada. They are born but for others. They are never attached. Among the ever free, we may count sages like Narada. So now he is telling you Narendra, ever free. Means you can compare him with Narada. In the Vedas, then he tells a story, just to recapitulate, because we had our this gospel class in 10th of April, so more than nearly 1.5 months. So I am just giving a little bit to what point we have been discussing, reading that last time. He was telling a story from the Vedas. In the Vedas, there are the mention of the Homa bird. It lives high up in the sky and there it lays its eggs. As soon as the egg is laid, it begins to fall, but it is so high up that it continues to fall and fall for many days. As it falls, it hatches and the chick falls. As the chick falls, its eyes open and it grows wings. As soon as its eyes open, it realizes that it is falling and will be dashed to pieces on touching the ground, earth. Then it at once shoots up toward the mother bird high in the sky. Means they don't get entangled in the worldly matters, worldly enjoyments, worldly anything. They are born spirit. They are always ever spiritual. They are not bound by anything. They are born like us in a family, to a father and mother, to some parents. But their mind is always soaring high towards God. So giving the example of the ever free, mentioning Narendra. Now Narendra is sitting there. Any human being with dignity, you will find so many other senior people are there. I am just a young boy. It was 82. So at that time he was not even 20, he was in his teens, 19. So he was thinking that this master is talking all these things, praising me. So he left the place. At this point, Narendra left the room. Kedar, Pran Krishna, or the senior senior devotees, and many others remained. But Narendra left. Then Master continuing, you see, Narendra excels in singing and playing on instruments. Vocal, instrumental, he is a master in everything. Wrestling, study, and everything. The other day he had a discussion with Kedar. Kedar is present there, an elderly man and very scholarly. He comes and a good devotee and educated. And he tore his arguments to shreds. When they were talking, Narendra's arguments are so sharp, poignant, to the point, that Kedar, such an educated and experienced elderly person, could not stand. in front of Narendra's arguments. Whatever he said, Narendra immediately cut it. So he was praising that Narendra intellectually, spiritually, mentally, from all points of view, and this you see so many things. He is just a young boy. So many things he has already mastered, completed. This about Acharya Shankaracharya, we know. Oh God, by the age of 8 years, he has completed all Vedas, Upanishads, whatever there is scriptures. In those days, Indian Hindu scriptures. Finished. Try to understand how they're born, how they live, ever free. Will come. What is ever free? This mention is there. Master also, what is samadhi? How a man behaves when one gets that samadhi, when one becomes established in knowledge. Sthita praggasya ka bhasa samadhistasya keshava. It will come. So, Master was talking all these things and all laugh. That is this young, little young man, not even fully young now. It is teenager boy, just cut all the arguments of Kedar. Kedar is an elderly person, so all were enjoying. So all laugh. Now Master is talking to M. We start from here. Is there any book in English on reasoning? Because Master found that whatever this senior man, scholarly person Kedar was talking to, putting forward the arguments, not immediately answering and cutting to pieces, torn into shreds. So he was telling, is there any book how to answer this debating one logical arguments? Is there any book? Master was asking, is there any book in English on reasoning? M, recorder of the Gospel, he was telling, yes sir, there is. It is called logic. So he said, yes, there is this Tarka Shastra. It is there in Indian, one school of philosophy is there. So Master said, M said, yes, there is a book, it is called Logic. Master, tell me what it is, what it says, what is logic now? Master is like a small boy, anything new, oh, what is this, what is this? So M, he was a teacher, he started taking class of his guru. Now, what is logic? M was a little embarrassed. How to, and this is third visit, not that close. When we become close, we don't mind. Anything we can say, because you may be my guru, but you are asking something, I am so free. You love me, I love you, that is a wonderful relation, but still he is new, so feeling embarrassed. Others are also there. How can he take class with Sri Ramakrishna? So he was a little embarrassed. He said, one part of the book now is this inductive logic and this deductive logic. He will be discussing this a little bit. One part of the book deals with deduction from the general to the particular. For example, all men are mortal. Scholars are men, therefore scholars are mortal. This is from general deduction from the general to the particular. Scholars are. Another part deals with the method of reasoning from the particular to the general. For example, this crow is black, that crow is black, the crows we see everywhere are black, therefore all crows are black. But there may be a fallacy in a conclusion arrived at in this way. For on inquiry, one may find a white crow in some country. There is another illustration. If there is rain, there is or has been a cloud. Therefore, rain comes from a cloud. Still another example. This man has 32 teeth. That man has 32 teeth. All the men we see have 32 teeth. Therefore, men have 32 teeth. English logic deals with such inductions and deductions. So, this inductive logic is having a conclusion from specific premises this observations, forming a general conclusion. And deductive logic is from general premises. Everywhere we find this, he is also man, so he also will have this. All men have this. From general to particular, this is deductive. Another one, top to bottom. And another one is from specific to particular to the general. This conclusion. So this is inductive analysis. So some other also can be said in this way, inductive logic. So this cat is black, that cat is black, another third cat is black. So all cats are black. This is inductive. Most universities in our California, universities and colleges in California ban alcohol from their campus, say. So therefore, most universities and colleges in US ban alcohol from campus. You can come. These are inductive logic. And another one is deductive logic. And all dogs here have ears. This golden retriever dogs, they also are dogs. They are dogs. So therefore, they also have ears. All racing cars must go over 80 miles per hour. The Dodge Charger is a racing car. So therefore, it can go over 80 miles per hour because it is also a racing car. So nice examples. Christmas is always December 25th. That's why we observe. And today is December 25th. So today is Christmas. So these are called deductive logic and there is inductive logic. So Master was giving a little bit of what logic was, because, not Master, this M, recorder of the Gospel, the disciple was having a class, giving a class to his guru who wanted to know what is logic. And after hearing this, Sri Ramakrishna barely heard. English logic deals with such inductions and deductions. Sri Ramakrishna barely heard these words. While listening, he became absent-minded. Because these are all worldly things. This is this, from general to specific, particular from particular general conclusions. So all these are worldly things, worldly examples. Sri Ramakrishna's mind is soaring high. So Sri Ramakrishna barely heard these words. While listening, he became absent-minded. If you talk about, if it is a song on God, then he will start jumping, dancing, and entering into ecstatic mood. But when you are talking of worldly things, once Sri Ramakrishna went to Kashi, Benares, Mathur Babu took, and Mathur Babu kept him in a palatial, like another Jamindar's big house there. And some local Jamindar also coming to meet Mathur Babu. Mathur Babu was a Jamindar. Jamindar means this owner of the estate. So, and estate holders mean estate holder. If you two billionaires come, Bill Gates and Reliance, they will talk, what is that business, what new, they will. So they started talking about their estates and other things. And Sri Ramakrishna is there sitting in the world, oh ma, where are you to Benares, Kashi, litigation, all this. Here also talking all these things. It is hitting my head, I cannot bear. So then they understood. Sri Ramakrishna's mind, it is so delicate. Those who are very cultured, they cannot withstand even a little bit of uncultured word. Cross some vulgar, any word, any kind of fun, joke, they think, what is this? Sri Ramakrishna is spiritually so sophisticated that any worldly talk makes him dispirited. He loses his interest and feels very painful. So Sri Ramakrishna, he was barely hearing those words and he became absent-minded. So the conversation did not proceed far. Him understood. Recorder of the Gospel, Mahendranath Gupta. Pseudonym is, pen name is M, so that nobody could recognize who is writing this. So he did not go far. Up to this, he stopped. When the meeting broke up, the devotees sauntered in the temple garden. M, the recorder of the Gospel, went in the direction of the Panchavati. Panchavati is the place where Sri Ramakrishna used to do, in the campus of that temple garden, big area, and there are nearly 20 acres. In one corner, Panchavati was there, so he went that way. Other devotees went another direction. They were now, Sri Ramakrishna is not interested, and so absent-minded, so conversation ended, and devotees also going here and there in this garden, that garden, different places of the temple area. Went to Panchavati. It was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. After a while, he returned to the master's room. There, on the small north veranda, he witnessed an amazing sight. In the Bengali Gospel book, many extra things are there. Revered Nikhilanandaji at that time, for the Western readers, day and night, how many years he had to labor of love for Sri Ramakrishna, translating this book. It is so difficult to translate certain songs, certain ecstatic mood, and there are many words are there in the songs. In talking also, it is not normal things we talk and I translate it. Something talking from some spiritual height, it has several meanings. It is not always, many languages are symbolical. You are talking something, it sounds something, but meaning is deeper something else. So, he translated all these things, but in Bengali book, more treasure is there. So in the Bengali book, they have given subtitle of every chapter, there is headings. This is main chapter on this. And in the beginning, what is being discussed here, recorder of the Gospel, he would he include there some kind of shloka from Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Gita, Chandi, whatever is appropriate. Say, Sri Ramakrishna will describe now about Samadhi, or he enters into Samadhi. So, he will give something about Samadhi. So now Sri Ramakrishna will enter into Samadhi after listening to the wonderful songs. So, he came at about 5 o'clock. After a while, he returned to Master's room. There on the small north veranda, he witnessed an amazing sight. He is keeping the surprise for us, not telling what amazing sight. This amazing sight means Sri Ramakrishna will enter into Samadhi, and Mahendranath was singing. And he has given this sub-chapter, this portion. Now, Samadhi Mandir, Master entered into Samadhi. Samadhi means ecstatic, that condition state, and Mandir means temple. So, Master in the temple of this Samadhi, ecstatic mood. So, there he has quoted from the Gita, Shruti vipratipanna te yada sthasati nischala samadau achala buddhihi tada yogam avapsasi. So, it is from the 2nd chapter of the Gita, and wonderful message is given by Sri Krishna to Arjuna about Samadhi, because Sri Krishna was now telling, he was hypnotized, Arjuna, Sri Krishna, by quoting scriptures, giving the highest knowledge talking about highest devotion, about highest knowledge, highest karma. He was bringing Arjuna back to his senses so that he can take the right decision. When we become perplexed, we are confused, we are doubtful, we cannot take the right decision or right step. So, Sri Krishna was dehypnotizing him, that you are hypnotized that I am this body, they are my near and dear ones, if I kill them, what will happen? All nonsense. Who is whose? Nothing. This body, all these physical bodies, it doesn't have any value after 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, maximum 100 years. This body was not there 50, 60, 100 years back, 80 years back, and after a few years it will not be there anymore. But spirit, what actually you are, you have been and it will remain. That is undying. Know that. That is dehypnotization. And through the different yogas. And if you can be established in the yoga, true knowledge, Arjuna, then you will forget all this suffering, you're burning, you cannot take any decision, all the weapons are falling from your grief, you are losing your grief. So, shaky mind, behaving like a coward, cannot, fell down, sit on the floor of the chariot, could not stand. That was the condition. So, Sri Krishna was talking, quoting different things, and then giving this Shruti Vipratipanna te yada. When your intellect, confused by hearing conflicting statements, will rest steady and missed and undistracted in meditation on God, you will then attain yoga, everlasting union with God. And that is what you have to, everyone has to do. Otherwise, you will be suffering here, again you will be born, and a little bit glimpses of a little joy, so-called apparent joy, actually suffering. Again, life after life. Arjuna, you are not born for that. You are born to be liberated in this life. So, fight. It is your duty. Do the duty. Doing duty is the dharma. Dutifulness is to become righteous and religious. That is what Arjuna, Sri Krishna was trying to convince Arjuna. So when now you are confused, you do not understand whatever I am talking, all high things. When you will be, through meditation, united with God, through yoga, then you will know after having that knowledge, confused will rest steady and undistracted in meditation on God. You will attain that yoga, everlasting union with God, and all these things will vanish from your mind. What you are now weeping for, everything will automatically vanish. I don't need to, you will not go ask any question to anybody, nor do I need to answer anything to remove your confusion. Then Arjuna was asking, what is this steady wisdom you are telling? If you get that samadhi, steady wisdom, meditation on God, what is that state? When somebody gets that, what happens to him? Sita pragasya bhasa samadhistasya keshava sitodhi king prabhaseta kimasita brajeta kim. That was the question. And now wonderful words will flow from the lips of the Lord, Sri Krishna. Arjuna asked, what is the meaning? Arjuna asked, Krishna, what is the definition? What is the mark, sign of a God-realized soul? How I can understand who is realized or not realized? Everyone looks like this, same, similar. What is the sign of a God-realized soul? stable of mind and established in samadhi, perfect tranquility of mind. Samadhi means mind is completely, perfectly tranquil. It is stable. How does the man of stable mind speak? How does he sit? How does he walk? King Prabhasheto. How does he speak? Kimasita. How he sits in one place. And Brajetokim. How he moves from one place to another. So, how does the man of stable mind, steady wisdom speak, sit and walk, move from here and there? Means every day conduct his life. How he or she conducts the life when he or she is established in this samadhi. So Sri Ram, why all these things? Mentioned that shloka there, because we go and we will understand. Sri Ramakrishna was standing. He said an amazing sight was there. What was the amazing sight? Sri Ramakrishna was standing still, surrounded by a few devotees, and Narendra was singing. Now, recorder is now stating, recorder, had never heard anyone except the master sing so sweetly. Narendra he is newly coming. This is his third visit. First visit in the evening, only he and master a little talk. Second visit was asking how to see God, how to this, that, how to fix mind in God. Now third visit, all were present, he also has come. So he is not completely misfit, but having a little kind of, he took his seat in the corner. Other devotees are very close to each other, very free among themselves, but a new visitor still having a kind of reservation, a little bit, not that free. So he doesn't know how Narendranath sings or this, that. First time listening to Narendranath singing. And so he never had heard anyone except Master sing so sweetly. When he looked at Sri Ramakrishna, he was struck with wonder, for the Master stood motionless, with eyes fixed. He seemed not even to breathe. A devotee told him that the Master was in samadhi. M had never before seen or heard of such a thing. Silent with wonder, he thought, and I quote, is it possible for a man to be so oblivious of the outer world in the consciousness of God? How deep his faith and devotion must be to bring about such a state. He never saw anybody in samadhi, had never before seen or heard of such a thing. That you see, Master is now samadhi. Those who are already present there, because he has just come back from Panchavati, the garden campus, and now amazing sight. And he is giving this description that somebody whispered, Master entered into samadhi. This is called samadhi. No breathing, as it were, like a completely still picture, statue standing. Sri Ramakrishna, when he looks at Sri Ramakrishna, he was struck with wonder, for the Master stood motionless, with eyes transfixed. He seemed not even to breathe. Some rational people used to come and visit, whether Sri Ramakrishna is a fake one or showing something to earn name and fame and something. They would put their finger in the eyeball and touch that whether Sri Ramakrishna's eyes blinks, winks. Because if somebody touches your eyes, immediately you will close your eyes and try to save it. It is so delicate and sophisticated, we cannot even bear the touch, anything. So they would touch with their finger. How painful for the devotees who would be seeing, witnessing that, oh, our Guru or our one beloved one whom we love, and he is being examined in this way by the non-believers, and how painful it is. So, all these things, this scene is a completely new one. He has never saw anyone, he has never seen anyone or heard about this, that one can enter into samadhi while thinking of God. And he was thinking, is it possible for a man to be so oblivious of the physical body, outer world, outer consciousness, and thinking of God? While thinking of God, can anyone, because we more or less, we also think God, we also offer prayer, we also try to concentrate our mind. Can anyone become so fixed, so concentrated, so oblivious of the outer world? So he was asking, how deep his faith and devotion must be to bring about such a state. This is not an ordinary thing. So, when our reverence generate, he also will tell, till now, he used to come and make pranams, namaskar, like that, Western way. He himself is telling how he behaved earlier before having this humility, devotion, complete faith and surrender in Master's will. He used to come, others, Western way, he is educated. In those days, University Blue, master's degree and teacher, taught by European teachers, European etiquette, Western culture. So he is all right. They shake hands, Indian is. From a distance I show my respect. That is enough. I am also a respectable person. Why I will touch your feet, so much humility, prostrate. If devotion is not there, it will not come. So he will confess all these things coming. So he was perplexed, he was at a loss, and never he had experienced this kind of thing, such a thing. And Narendra was singing. Narendra what singing? Chintayo mama manaso hari chidghano niranjana. Wonderful song. Chintayo mama manaso hari chidghano niranjana kiva anupama bhati mohana murati bhakata hridaya ranjana. I will translate. The translation is given here. So, very difficult to translate and express this mood. What is already mentioned, written, composed in one language, be it in Sanskrit or in Bengali or in Hindi, it is very difficult to express this kind of emotion in a foreign language when your letters are only 26. You don't have those kind of softer, subtler and subtlest feelings also. Don't take it otherwise, to be true and fair. Many things are there. So many things. Love you also, I love you. In India, love, so many stages are there. And everything has a separate name for that. So, very difficult to, but very nice translation is there. Meditate, O my mind, on the Lord Hari, the stainless one, pure spirit, through and through. How peerless is the light that in him shines. How soul-bewitching is his wondrous form. How dear is he to all his devotees. Ever more beauteous in fresh blossoming love that shames the splendor of a million moons. Like lightning gleams the glory of his form, raising erect the hair for very joy. Seeing that beautiful form, the devotee feels that he standing, the hairs on its end. What do you call? Goosebump. So, this is the description of the song. Song he is translated. The master shuddered when this last line was sung, that raising erect the hair for very joy. It is so deeply soul stirring that you shake, shiver, and the hair stand on its end. In Samadhi it happens, and the song also was so sweet. So the master shuddered when this last line was sung. His hair stood on end, and tears of joy streamed down his cheeks. Now and then his lips parted in a smile, not fully open, a little bit. In Bengali, wonderful description is there. If a kind of this footy, that not watermelon, a kind of that species, another a fruit is there. When it is ripe, it automatically bursts. Not fully, but little bit. So description in Bengali is like that, as if that fruit, when completely matured, automatically open in some portion of its body, of the fruit. It is like that. A little bit are open, lips are a little open in a smile. Was he seeing the peerless beauty of God? What is being described in the song? Was he seeing that peerless beauty of God? That shames the beauty shames the splendor of a million moons. That the devotee is seeing the beautiful form of its Ishtadevata, God, which shames the millions of moons, splendor of million moons. So that is the description. Was this the vision of God, the essence of spirit? How much austerity and discipline, how much faith and devotion must be necessary for such a vision? Aim is describing. Aim is giving, opening his heart, his own feeling. Aim was thinking, this is the first time he came across to witness such a wonderful ecstatic mood, somebody who could forget the whole world, even his own body, in the thought of God. Is it possible? And now smiling, not fully opened lips, a little bit, but it is wonderful, fantastic, divine vision. And you feel that the person who is standing in that mood, according to the description of the song, is this person also enjoying that beauty, closing his eyes, opening the lips a little bit and showing a little smile, divine smile. So he is enjoying. When we smile, when we enjoy something, then only we smile. So is this man is having that vision of God, the essence of spirit? And how much austerity and discipline, how much faith and devotion must be necessary for such a vision, to have such a vision of God, to purify someone's mind, to have the vision of God. How much austerity and purity is necessary, discipline, spiritual disciplines are necessary, practices necessary, he was thinking. That was in his mind. And the song went on, continuing. What is the song? Worship his feet in the lotus of your heart, with mind serene and eyes made radiant. With heavenly love, behold that matchless sight. Again the bewitching smile, the body motionless as before, the eyes half shut, as if beholding a strange inner vision. The song drew to a close. Narendra sang the last lines. Caught in the spell of his love's ecstasy, immerse yourself for evermore, O mine, in him who is pure knowledge and pure bliss. Caught in the spell of his God's love's ecstasy, immerse yourself, be absorbed forevermore, more deeply, O my mind, in him who is pure knowledge and pure bliss. Nothing else. Be completely drowned in that, absorbed in that. The sight of the samadhi and the divine bliss he had witnessed, M witnessed, left an indelible impression on M's mind. He returned home deeply moved. Now and then he could hear within himself the echo of those soul intoxicating lines. Immerse yourself for evermore, O my mind, in Him who is pure knowledge and pure bliss. O my mind, be absorbed in that, in meditation, in that form, which is nothing else but pure bliss and pure knowledge. Ever joyful, blissful. So, that ends this chapter there. And then the next day too was a holiday, because he went back. Only yesterday he experienced this kind of scene, never in his life. He was going to commit suicide, being completely disturbed and agitated in the family life, not able, such a wonderful personality, efficient teacher, headmaster, lecturer in 2 colleges, headmaster in 2 schools, such a respected person, a university blue, having always first, second, third ranks, trying to commit suicide, being a failure in his family life, householder's life. And after coming to Sri Ramakrishna, he forgot that he has suffering in mind and he has to commit suicide. So he forgot that idea, given up. Now, third time came and found the samadhi. And Sri Ramakrishna said, the way to get joy and bliss is to fix mind in God and God alone. And if one can, in this world so burning with so much misery, day and night, each and everyone, only way is to fix mind in God and God. Love God, then all your suffering will vanish. That is the secret. He learnt it. And now today he finds, can a man be so deeply pulled to God, completely absorbed in God consciousness that one can forget the whole world outside, even his own body? So he was charmed. Now today, next day, the next day too was a holiday for M, recorder of the Gospel. He arrived at Dakshineshwar at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sri Ramakrishna was in his room, Narendra Bhavanath, and a few other devotees were sitting on a mat spread on the floor. They were all young men of 19 or 20 years. Seated on the small couch, Sri Ramakrishna was talking with them and smiling. So Sri Ramakrishna already busy talking with other devotees because it was also a holiday. So Mahendranath Gupta, recorder of the Gospel, could not restrain himself at home. He had to come. The pool is there, Sri Ramakrishna cannot happily live at home. So came to Dakshineshwar from Calcutta again. And now he is giving the description that all were seated and seated on the small couch. Sri Ramakrishna was talking with smiling. No sooner had entered the room than the master laughed aloud and said to the boys present there, quote, "There he has come again," unquote. And what M will understand? Look, he has come again. What is the matter? Everyone is laughing. Master himself was burst into laughter. They all joined in the laughter. M bowed low before him and took a seat. Now he is describing his own mentality. M bowed low before him, Sri Ramakrishna, and took a seat. Before this, he had saluted the master with folded hands like one with an English education. So what I said, it is M's a statement. Earlier, prior to this time meeting, fourth meeting, he used to come and make. Now he is telling, today he felt, no, I cannot, it's an insult to the person making this kind of. I have to be more humble, more devoted. So, in the Indian way, as the teachers, seniors, very respected one, revered one is saluted, I should salute in that way, Indian way, not the Western way like this, just a show. So he himself is, before this he had saluted the master with folded hands like one with an English education. But now, this day, he learned to fall down at his feet in orthodox Hindu fashion. He is talking about himself, giving the genuine description, how the mind is being transformed, changed, how the devotion is getting intense and intenser. Presently, the master explained the cause of his laughter to the devotees. That's why master started laughing so loudly, and everyone also joined. So everyone was enjoying at the cost of him, who came late, and master started, you see, he has come again. So then master told the story. He said, a man once fed a peacock with a peel of opium at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The next day, exactly at that time, the peacock came back. It had felt the intoxication of the drug and returned just in time to have another dose. All laugh. Means, aim also has become intoxicated with spiritual talks given by Sri Ramakrishna. His spirituality is awakened now. His mind is not going outward, for outer things, for anything worldly. Now his mind is going toward the spirit, as Master has just said. Just when they are after they are born, when they grow a little, they feel the awakening of the inner consciousness and go directly toward God. About Mahendranath. Aim at the age of 29, now he is trying to bring back, gather his distracted and mind spread all over the worldly matters, now trying to bring it back to the God consciousness, to the spirit, to God, to the self. So, Master was giving the example by citing that story of the peacock, that one day at 4 o'clock it was given a dose of opium, and next day also at the same time, because opium has a kind of intoxicating effect in the of health of mind of whoever taker, opium eater. So today also he has come. Yesterday he came, enjoyed. Today also he has come. So he has become a normal devotee now, close devotees, inner circle, outer circle. He is not now a devotee belonging to outer circle, because he is filling the pool of Sri Ramakrishna, to the spiritual life, to the spiritual talks. Presence of Sri Ramakrishna, vision of Sri Ramakrishna. Seeing Sri Ramakrishna is seeing God, as Jesus said. Seeing who hath seen the Son, hath seen the Father. Means, where you will go for seeking God? Come. See here. See Jesus and you will see the Father in heaven. See Sri Ramakrishna and you see God. So, he has fallen in love and has become intoxicated in spiritual life. That is what he was mentioning. M thought this a very apt illustration. Even at home, he had been unable to banish the thought of Sri Ramakrishna for a moment. His mind was constantly at Dakshineshwar, and he had counted the minutes until he should go again. In the meantime, the master was having great fun with the boys, treating them as if they were his most intimate friends. Peals of side-splitting laughter filled the room as if it were a mart of joy. The whole thing was a revelation to him. He thought, did not I see him, this man, only yesterday intoxicated with God? Was not he swimming then in the ocean of the divine love? A sight I had never seen before. And today, the same person is behaving like an ordinary man, cutting jokes, making this, dancing, jumping with the youngsters, boys, all talking stories, and the youngsters are falling this side and that side, this side-splitting laughter. So is it the same person who was in Samadhi yesterday and today, making all kinds of joke ordinary people enjoy? Was not he who scolded me on the first day of my coming here? Did not he admonish me, saying, "And you are a man of knowledge"? When he said, Master asked, "How is your wife?" No, not bad, but illiterate, ignorant. Then immediately Sri Ramakrishna scolded, "Oh man, she is ignorant and you are a man of knowledge. Do you know what is knowledge?" So he is telling, this man the other day scolded me because just I slightingly remarked about my wife. He is good, but ignorant. Means I am university blue, headmaster into schools. In those days, mothers, women did not have the chance to go to the school. That is why Swamiji started school with the help of Sister Nivedita. Say, yes, India needs a lioness like you. Come, if you really want to do, come, do. Free hand. You will have always my support. But India is not your England. You are born and brought up in a luxurious state of affair there. You will not have only big cities. You can have a little bit of that luxury. But in village areas, other areas, you cannot expect. So, and it is a country. You are born and brought up in a cold country. Here it is hot everywhere. However, so finally Sister Nivedita went and Swamiji gave. So women education was not easy in those days. So mostly their minimum education they could sign. Our Holy Mother, Ma. Holy Mother used to write Ma only. Letter is written by any sevak, any attendant, any Sami or Brahmachari, Ma will sign, Ma. That is enough. So Ma means mother. So M was thinking, the same man who was scolding me because I said my wife is ignorant, he said, and are you a man of knowledge? Was not it he who said to me that God with form is as true as God without form? Did not he tell me that God alone is real and all else illusory? Was not it he who advised me to live in the world unattached, like a maidservant in a rich man's house? All these things were coming. He could not unite all these things together. A person entering into Samadhi, talking all high-class spiritual matters, and now joking like an ordinary man with the youngsters. He could not, in this country also, when Swamiji was joking, cutting joke and laughter, full of mirth, many devotees said, Swamiji, this Christian brothers, missionaries, they criticize, they say, he cannot be a holy man. A holy man cannot, he will be always a summer face, as always very grave, and he cannot be a holy person. And Swamiji said, yes, I also make my face sullen and long face when I have stomach ache or headache, and I have no family problem and other things those people have, and they are suffering from that and that. So he made another joke with this. Well, we are children of immortal bliss. When entering Samadhi, entering into Samadhi. But when we are talking of something, so yes, what is there? So, this manhood and divine mood. Sri Ramakrishna, a man or a god. So in them, both state was there. So, was not it he who has advised me to live in the world unattached like a maidservant? Sri Ramakrishna was having great fun with the young devotees. Now and then he glanced at M, making joke with them, but M was a little reserved and sitting at one side, not mixing with others, not that free like others. So Sri Ramakrishna making joke, cutting joke and enjoying the company of the youngsters, making them happy and putting them in laughter, this side-splitting laughter, and sometimes seeing how this man is behaving. So M was recording everything and glanced at M. He noticed that M sat in silence. The master said to Ramlal, Ramlal, master's nephew, you see, he is a little advanced in years because these youngsters are 18, 19 years and he is 28, 10 years senior and he is a headmaster and these are students. So the master said to Ramlal, you see, he is a little advanced in years and therefore somewhat serious. He sits quiet while the youngsters are making merry. This man is not laughing, not participating in the laughter. So enjoy the life. It is simple, it is so pure laughter. There is nothing cunningness or anything wrong in it. So spiritual life is not to remain always in a very serious mood. So making merry, he is not joining that. M was then about 28 years old. The conversation drifted to Hanuman, whose picture hung on the wall in the master's room. So we will continue with that. And in this chapter, beginning this today came one mantra from the Gita. Again, he quoted, and I quote that. Yang labdhva chaparang labhang mannate nadhikam tato yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichallate. Gita, it is Dhyana Yoga, 6th chapter. There, meaning is, Sri Krishna was telling Arjuna, having obtained which he does not reckon any other gain as greater than that, and established in which he is not shaken even by the heaviest of sorrows. Because Sri Ramakrishna was full of laughter today. So he has given, when you know the ultimate reality, you are full of mirth. Nothing in this world make you disturbed, perturbed. So in the beginning he has mentioned this, and now Sri Krishna was telling Arjuna, when you get that experience, this in which the soul experiences the eternal supersensuous joy, which can be intuited only through the subtle and purified intellect, and wherein established the yogi moves not from truth on any account. So in the Dhyana Yoga, through meditation, when you are established in that yoga, union with the God, yoga means union of individual soul, Jivatma, with the cosmic soul, Paramatma, the ultimate reality. So that is when it is done. You are full of mirth, laughter. Arjuna, having obtained such state, one does not feel any gain as greater than that. I have known God. I don't want your billion and your million and trillion. I don't have any, to me no value. It is to you, keep it with you. And if anybody takes anything, even you take my body, I don't mind, because this body doesn't have any special value to me. I am not the body. It is like a garment. You take it. I don't mind. So that is the condition. When you know that ultimate reality, know yourself. So, and then Sri Krishna was telling, that state called yoga, which is free from contact of sorrow, in the form of transmigration, should be known. Nay, this yoga should be resolutely practiced with an unwearied mind, completely renouncing all desires arising from thoughts of the world, and fully restraining the whole pack of senses from all sides by the mind. He should, through gradual practice, attain tranquility, and shanairuparamit, gradually, bit by bit, and fixing the mind on God through reason controlled by steadfastness, he should not think of anything else, drawing back the restless and fidgety mind from all those objects after which it runs. He should repeatedly fix it on God. So in the Dhyana Yoga, it is described, 6th chapter, that when people once becomes established in that, when once have that, attain that ultimate reality, knowledge of the self, vision of the ultimate reality, then one does not waste the time, or mind doesn't go anywhere else. Fix it in God and on God and God alone. Repeatedly fix it. So, this is described here. We will continue with this nectar-like words of our Master in the coming days. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Any question? Please.
One person asked two questions basically related to each other.
Please read it.
Can God realization lead to self-realization?
Can God realization
lead to self-realization?
Do you think God realization and self-realization is a two different thing? It is America and Russia going to Australia and not going to America. It is the same. Even the highest teachers of devotion and knowledge, they say, even if you come by the highest devotion, then also you will find that highest devotion, supreme devotion, and the supreme knowledge are taking you to the same point. Yes, the same. If you know God, you know yourself. If you know yourself, you know the ultimate self and God. Next.
The second part is samadhi considered realization? Is samadhi? Yeah.
Yes, why not? What is realization means is anything material. Samadhi means realization means feeling that I am that, or that God is here sitting in me and I am one with God. If I know God is here, I am nobody. I merge myself into God. This is from devotee's point. And for the Jnani's point, I am one with God. What is God? I am that Brahman, formless, changeless, deathless, all bliss. I am not this body. So these are all, we think separate things, but when we spiritually get awakened and according to the scriptures, it is said that these are not different states. In the